Yo, family, was good? FBA news today and current events, where we don't just talk about the disrespect, we tell you what to do about it. I'm T-Model ZX. Alright, family, I know most of y'all already seen these clips floating around the last few days. They've been everywhere, and for good reason. But we gonna play them again right quick. Watch close. Share them again. Tag somebody who's still riding for these folks. Cause this ain't just disrespect to Jesse Jackson or his family. This is disrespect to every foundational Black American who tuned in expecting a moment of honor, not a damn campaign rally. Let's run it back.
Barack Obama has apologized to Jesse Jackson Jr. after Jackson Jr. angrily accused him, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, of ignoring the family's wishes at his father's funeral.
Do not bring your politics out of respect to Reverend Jesse Jackson and the life that he lived to these homegoing services.
Right. Each day we wake up to some new assault on our democratic institutions. Another setback to the idea of the rule of law. Each day we're told by those in high office to fear each other and to turn on each other, and that some Americans count more than others, and that some don't even count at all. Everywhere we see greed and bigotry being celebrated, and bullying and mockery masquerading as strength.
So let me just say, I predicted a lot about what's happening right now. I'm not into saying I told you so, but we did see it coming.
See that? Jesse Jackson's own son stood up and said clear, do not turn this into a political situation. This is about my father. They ignored him.
The problem is not Trump, the problem is us. We are allowing ourselves to be lowered and our children to feel inferior because you don't have an I am somebody person. You got our artists calling our women bees. Our others calling us. What happened to us? What happened to Black and Proud? What happened? I'm gonna vote. What happened? Ain't gonna let nobody turn me around. What happened to us?
I want y'all to look at the irony. Al Sharpton stood at the podium, looked at the audience, and asked, what happened to us? Rev, since you're asking, let me give you the answer. You happened. What happened is that the people who were supposed to have our backs, the ones who were supposed to advocate for the tangible needs of foundational Black Americans, turned their backs on the lineage the moment a corporate check was waved in their faces. While the community was looking for reparations and economic justice, y'all were looking for TV deals and executive producer credits. You didn't lead the movement. You leveraged the movement to become the permanent gatekeepers of the status quo. And now, while FBA neighborhoods are starving for resources, y'all are on national TV protecting everyone except the people who built this country. You've pivoted from civil rights to coalition rights, prioritizing illegal interests over the lineage that stood with you when you had nothing. You ask what happened like it's a mystery. It's not a mystery, Rev. It's a betrayal. You traded the mission for the mansion, and now you're wondering why the people don't follow the voice of a gatekeeper. We aren't lost. We're just done being led by people who are paid to keep us in place. Obama gets up first, turns it into a sermon on politics. Trump gets name dropped. Kamala Harris jumps in with campaign energy. Joe Biden, Al Sharpton, Maxine Waters, all of them turn the pulpit into a stump speech. Reverend Al Sharpton talking DEI and Black Wall Street. At a homegoing, they couldn't even let the man rest without hijacking his funeral to push their agenda. And what was the agenda? Illegals. ICE. Trump, open borders, their coalition. Not one word about FBA tangibles, not one mention of reparations, not one call for land, cash, or lineage-specific justice. They knew we was watching. They knew the cameras was rolling. They knew Black folks would tune in to pay respects to a civil rights giant, and they still didn't give a damn. Why? Because they used to disrespect an FBA. They've been doing it for generations. And most of us, we get mad for a week, then forget. Or worse, we get mad, then jump right back on that blue donkey and ride it straight to the polls like nothing happened. They treat FBA like we did illegals in our own country. Last in line, no resources, no respect, no tangibles. While they treat actual illegals like they the citizens. Shelter, cash cards, work permits, priority housing, sanctuary cities, fast track votes, all for them. Meanwhile, black Chicago neighborhoods still starving. Black Houston still flooding. Black Atlanta still gentrifying. Black families still burying kids to gun violence. So what do? We stop playing the game they expect us to play. Here's the punishment, and it ain't just talk. 1. No more free votes, period. If a politician, black, white, Democrat, Republican, won't say reparations for foundational black Americans only and mean it with specifics, direct cash, land grants, baby bonds, no coalitions, red light that ass. Don't ride that blue donkey. Don't ride no red elephant either. Sit home until they bring real offers. 2. Call it out publicly, every time. When they disrespect us at funerals, at Essence Fest, at award shows, don't just comment disrespectful. Call the names, tag the politicians, tag the celebrities, tag the media. Make it viral that they use Jesse Jackson's homegoing to campaign for illegals while ignoring FBA. Flood the comments, flood X, flood TikTok. Make them feel the heat. 4. Delineate harder. No more we all black coalition traps. When immigrants disrespect us, when off-code blacks defend the system, call it out. Protect our lineage, protect our debt, protect our narrative. If they won't respect it, they don't get to ride our wave. 5. Build like we built from Mr. Tendenism. When Walter Mr. Tendenism Johnson got used by a colonizer who stole his ideas and brand, what happened? FBA locked in.
This man, Walter Johnson, who I feel really bad for, he just made a video saying, hey man, I'm no longer with Destination Smokehouse.
I'm not at Destination Smokehouse. I'm with Tendenism now.
And you can see the pain in his face.
It is what it is.
Typical when black people invent, just like the black Americans that invented everything in America, white people come and steal their patents and make it look like it's their. All right, this is typical, same pattern. And now guess what? We're gonna support this man, Walter Johnson, whatever the he does, we are gonna support him. I don't know where he lives particularly, but wherever we're gonna support this guy. Whether we gotta start a GoFundMe or whatever, we gotta support him, let him get his own truck, let him get some workers to help him. There's enough of us.
This brother ain't even FBA.
They booted that man out the door and thought that they were going to keep the same level of stardom. And now my man cooking at Mr. Big's house, right? And Mr. Walter Johnson, Mr. Tendenism. The moment you open up a spot, I don't care where you are in America, I'm flying my ass down there and I'm going to make sure I eat at that spot.
Yesterday's price is not today's price. Not anymore. Y'all fired Mr. Tendenism, we supporting him. I don't know who he is, us black people. I'm going out there, I'm gonna book a flight and I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna go to his restaurant. The boy Cartel Bo done got him his own restaurant. Ronald Isley booked him to do a private dinner. Y'all fired that man, did that man greasy. It's all right.
We helped him trademark Tendenism. We amplified his story. We pushed him to break free, start his own business, cut the colonizer off, and he did it. That's proof. When FBA sticks together, we protect our own. We build our own. We win. Imagine that energy everywhere. Imagine FBA creatives trademarking their brands. Imagine FBA pooling money to buy land. Imagine FBA funding our own schools, our own media, our own politicians who actually say FBA first. That's how we punish them. Not by yelling at funerals, by walking away from the table they rigged and building our own. They disrespected Jesse Jackson. They disrespected his family. They disrespected FBA again. But we ain't gotta forget. We ain't gotta ride that donkey no more. If this rant lit a fire under you, smash that like button. Subscribe if you ain't already. Turn on notifications. Comment no more disrespect below if you're ready to stop letting them use our icons and our pain for their agenda. Best comments get shouted out next episode. Share this with every FBA who needs to hear it. We waking everybody up. FBA first. Always. Peace. Big shout out to @BobBachelor5930 for the best comment. Steve Harvey said, no candidate can have an agenda exclusively addressing FBA interests and expect to get into the White House. He just exposed the entire political game. Straight up truth bomb. Steve just laid the whole game bare. No cap. This one cuts deep. Keep calling it out like that, legend.